Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton.
I'm Charlie Neff.
And today, Kim and Kanye have hit an all-time low.
Wow. I mean, yeah, it's bad, it's nasty, and the kids are involved.
We'll also talk about Aubrey Plaza because it's now been revealed that she was recently separated from her husband just before he died.
Yeah, the medical examiner's report has been released, and it details the marital difficulties in their relationship.
And finally, Pete Davidson, everyone's favorite bachelor. He's not a bachelor no more.
Well, for the moment.
For the moment.
He's got a new girl, new week, new girl.
Right. So we'll talk all about her and she's got a pretty good dating track record too.
Yes, she does.
To begin with, though, Kanye West accuses Kim Kardashian of sex trafficking their kids.
Ugh.
It's not something I thought I would have to say ever. But
Yeah, of course, Kanye's been on this X rant for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
It's really escalating, and he's been posting a series of tweets accusing the Kardashians of pimping out their kids, and I mean just all the most outlandish things. But we had heard that there was a recent incident with North and none other than the Tate brothers,
who are accused of sex trafficking. They're both facing sexual assault lawsuits in the US and the UK. And obviously, back in Romania.
Haven't been convicted of a crime.
Back in Romania, Andrew's charged with rape. So North was going to meet these guys, right?
Well,
North was about to meet these guys.
Yeah. So what happened was Kanye was at a location, we're told, and North was being driven to go see Kanye for some daddy-daughter time.
Right.
Well, as North was on her way en route, a member of Kim's team got word ahead of time that Kanye was at this location with the Tate brothers. I guess he's been hanging out with them. And, obviously they're controversial, have not been convicted of anything, but have been sued, have been charged, different things like that, leading to very controversial things.
Right.
So once Kim got word that the Tate brothers were with Kanye, she was like, oh no, and actually pulled North from ever going to be in that situation. And it got so nasty that there was an emergency hearing between Kim's team and Kanye's team. And Kim basically said, she doesn't want her child around them. And it became a whole ordeal. These two have just been fighting a lot.
But I mean, that's what people assume put the whole sex trafficking narrative into Kanye's head in the first place, of which he's now accusing Kim. He says the Kardashians are sex workers. They sex traffic all the black children they strategically produce. Another tweet, Kim Kardashian is a sex trafficker. I don't like that Twigs, that's FKA Twigs, has my daughter in her video dressing all grown. I would have
expected... Is that video not out yet? I know FKA Twigs has a song with North, but when I went to go look at the video, there's no video. Oh. So maybe it hasn't been released yet.
Okay.
And Kanye saw it and didn't like it. And maybe that's why it hasn't been released. But I don't know. I thought that was an interesting tweet.
But it's a pretty mellow song though. You know what I mean? It's not, it's I think it's the one where she's rapping in Japanese, I think. I think that's it.
I don't remember. But it's a fairly newer song.
And so he went on this rant. Obviously, Kim is just what do you do in this situation? Apparently, people close to her are describing the situation as laughable, which is not a word I would use to describe it. It's beyond laughable. It is torturous, I would assume.
Yeah, and what do you do?
What do you do?
It's not like you can be oh, here's a gag order on Kanye West. You think Kanye West is going to listen to a gag order?
You can bar him. You can bar him. They've both got
put masking tape over his mouth?
No.
Tie his hands behind his back so he's not tweeting on the internet?
Hey, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
But
they you can take him to court and remove his custody. They've got a joint custody agreement right now, but Kanye just doesn't really use it.
Don't you think he's going to lash out even more if custody is taken away from him?
But that's
it's not
what happens.
It's not going to get him to stop yapping.
It won't get him to stop yapping, but Kim just doesn't want the kids around. North is the oldest. They've got a bunch of kids, young kids. Kim's got to be really worried right now that their off-the-walls father is going to implant weird anti-Semitic or weird stuff in their heads.
Yeah.
Or do God knows what. So she's got to probably at a certain point say, you can't see the kids anymore, mate.
Yeah, and now he's got beef too with Jay-Z and Beyoncé.
Oh,
because he had been tweeting about their kids, saying like kind of like not very nice things about the kids.
He called them the R word.
Right.
Which is just like vile. Obviously,
I think it just gets so nasty when you rope in kids that like didn't choose to be famous. Obviously, you know, they have famous parents, but
and here's Kanye roping in a bunch of kids. This is 2 Kanye stories of him roping in children who didn't ask to be roped in.
Right.
It's just insane. Tina Knowles responded, basically.
It seems to be a response.
It's basically with a terrible joke. Did you hear the joke she told?
No. I mean, she's always telling, like, mom jokes. What did she say?
Oh, that's right. She loves mum jokes.
Yes.
Is it mum joke or a dad joke?
I guess dad jokes told by mom.
Oh, okay. She said, what do you call it when a snowman has a tantrum? Like a meltdown. So, but then she captioned it something like...
about ignorance and evil.
Yeah. So, pretty crazy stuff.
Oh, boy.
On to our next story. Aubrey Plaza was separated from her husband just before he took his own life. Which is crazy details because
no one really knew, like, you know, why he took his own life. Now we're learning there was, like, troubles in their marriage. So there was basically a medical examiner's report that came out yesterday that we have obtained. And in it, it literally documents that it notes that Jeff was separated from his wife, Aubrey, since September 2024.
Right.
And it says the manner of death is suicide, which, you know, lines up with what we originally broke. And he, you know, they separated in September and he was found in his home deceased in January. So
right.
During that time, we don't really know what led up to that, but it just showed there was issues.
Well, so yeah, they separated in September. In October, she had a worrying phone call with her husband.
Yes.
And then she told a mutual friend, to go and do a welfare check. And since that October incident, Jeff had been attending therapy. She thinks he hadn't been a worry before this incident. Mm-hmm. But obviously now, does it make it more tragic? It just makes it, I'm just really sad for Aubrey that. That's like a burden you have to like carry for the rest of your life. Like, what do you do when it's like, okay, the marriage isn't working. We both, you know, agree we're not together. And then like you feel this burden of like someone taking their own life, which you contributed to in a way, not knowingly, right? But you feel like you are maybe the cause of that. Guilt. There's got to be a guilt.
It's horrible. Horrible.
So horrible. Okay, on to our final story. Pete Davidson, he is dating an actress and a model. Her name is Elise Hewitt.
Elsie
Hewitt. I haven't heard Elsie name very much. Oh, is that a common name?
No, I don't know, actually.
Elsie Hewitt, she's, I mean, obviously gorgeous.
Yeah, has a great bod.
There were pictures of them out in the Daily Mail. Where were they? They're in Miami or somewhere where it looks
somewhere in an ocean.
They were frolicking
around.
We
could be.
Right. I mean, every time I see Pete with his shirt off and next to a bombshell, I'm like, man, this guy.
I feel like he doesn't have like a type too, because he's dated like that redhead girl from Bridgerton.
Okay.
Obviously, Kim Kardashian. This girl who's kind of like, you know, has regular colored hair.
Yeah, but you're just talking about color hair. He's into bombshells.
Oh, okay. So he's into hot girls.
Well, every guy's into hot girls.
Oh, okay. But not every guy ends up with a hot girl.
Most guys settle.
Oh, so
not
do
me.
girls.
Not
Most
me.
Girls settle.
Whoa.
Well.
Let's not go there. So, yeah, she's been with a few studs of her own. Jason Sudeikis is her ex.
Yep. She also was once with Ryan Phillippe.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Is it Ryan Phillippe? Is that Reese Witherspoon's ex?
Yes.
Yeah, actually that got really nasty.
Is that right?
They had some like court documents against each other. She had alleged some things about him, but they were together at one point too.
And none other than Benny Blanco.
Wow.
She's Benny Blanco's ex. How do you feel about that? Benny Blanco.
I guess she doesn't have a type either.
I guess that's true. I mean, can we just give a bit of credit maybe a moment of silence for Benny Blanco. And
Wait,
like,
why a moment of silence?
Just to reflect on all of the baddies that guy has been through.
Yeah, he's rich, he's famous,
He's really short.
Talented. Yeah, but short doesn't matter when you have money. Money will help you.
It helps.
Yes, in the dating field at least.
It helps. It helps. Well, yeah, these two look like they're madly in love or madly in lust at least. Both, both work.
I thought maybe Pete and Kim were going to get back together. There was like stories that they saw each other recently at like the same event and that they like spoke, but that it wasn't like romantic. And I was like, I wonder if they like thought for a second, like, oh, do we rekindle this old flame? So easy to like get right back into it. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine Kanye though?
Oh,
if that happened.
Yeah, especially where Kanye's at right now. Mentally,
right?
I don't think Pete would be able to survive that because remember, Pete like took a toll on his life.
It did.
When he was dating Kim and Kanye entered the chat.
All right, let's read out the comments, which you forgot to tell people to
leave. No. Okay, guys, if you haven't left a comment yet, do it now. Do it now. Branson is combing through. Okay, first we'll start with the Kanye story. L, wow, okay, just one letter. L said Kim could have full custody in a second. The only reason she doesn't have it is to probably keep peace with Kanye. Let him explode. Kim and the kids will be fine.
Agree.
Oof.
Agree. I think you just have to let Kanye explode, but don't explode around the kids. Like this.
Yeah, keep your cool.
Kanye's a ticking time bomb too. And he's just like, he's doing all of these volatile things and you don't know what he's going to do next because he has got like mental illness.
Yeah.
And so he's just so off the walls that I would keep my kids away from him.
Ugh. Justin said, when you hear Kanye's name, it's now always connected to something odd, weird, and outlandish. The question is, should we be giving him all the attention he's solely and oh my gosh, I cannot speak today, obviously desires? Presses ignore.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for like us as a news organization. I would love personally to ignore his whole Twitter, but like when you rope in your famous wife, Kim Kardashian, we have to talk about it.
I agree, but he just wants to be talked about no matter what you're saying.
Right.
No matter what you're saying.
Valda Griffin, is that like a Harry Potter term?
Could be like part of Family Guy, maybe Peter's older sister.
Or maybe I guess it's just her name, Valda Griffin.
Yep.
Okay. She said, put him under conservatorship, put him in a hospital. Who cares?
Put him in, anywhere. Just put him away.
He needs some help, for the Aubrey Plaza story, Josh Clooney, are you related to George? Josh Clooney said, facts. When someone you had history with dies, it messes with you, whether you were still close or not. Guilt, memories, all that. Aubrey's probably feeling it heavy, but that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
It is true. Like when someone passes away that you knew, you like start thinking like your last phone call, the last time you saw them and like reflecting. For the Pete Davidson story, Water into Watts said the fake lips.
Does she have big lips?
I actually didn't notice that. And I would notice that pretty quickly.
You don't have large lips.
I'm dissolving my lip filler right now.
Don't girls like bigger lips?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna redo it.
Why are you dissolving it then?
Because I mean, do you care?
No.
Okay. Bad Boy Breeze said, "Oh, I'm jealous."
Of Pete or of what's her name?
Probably of Pete. Oh, maybe both. Who knows?
Yeah.
A couple miscellaneous comments. David said, "I love your sweater, my girl Charlie." Oh, thank you. Eminem said, Charlie, your outfits kind of go together, camouflage and zebra. I know we do kind of look like safari-esque.
I'm going to say we actually look like we're in the outback.
Oh, okay.
Segue alert.
Oh, okay. Charlie's got a new podcast.
There's a new episode of my podcast coming out later today. Emergency episode.
Why is it an emergency episode?
Because this Aussie guy is about to maybe win like $12 million on Deal or No Deal Island.
Wow.
It's going to be the biggest TV jackpot in history. It happens on Tuesday. The finale comes out. So
exciting.
We want to get the episode up soon.
So you'll maybe have the last interview with him pour.
Right.
Wow.
Right. The last pour interview. I like that phrasing.
I like that too. Okay, Myra Jeanette Ramirez said, bring the Swift Tea Show back. Love you guys.
Bless you, Myra.
Swift Tea Show.
It was kind of replaced.
Oh, with you?
Kinda.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that.
There's only
Do you
so
feel
many...
guilt?
Do I feel guilt? Nah. I don't feel guilt. I mean,
Sorry, Mel.
I feel anxious that the same thing's going to happen to my show.
You think it's going to get canceled?
I mean, there's always a possibility. You got to keep on
Everyone
going.
go watch Charlie's podcast. Support him.
Or just click it. I don't even care if you listen. Just click it.
Mr. J420 said, wow, Charlie finally brushed his hair.
I didn't. I just put it up.
Oh, God, gross. It's very greasy from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, that's why I put it up.
Did you put like product in it, or is that just like natural grease?
Natural. It's all about the pheromones, Charlie.
I'm not feeling any pheromones on your behalf, just FYI. I'm not feeling like, ooh, Charlie. No. In fact, repellent.
Well, don't worry. They're coming.
Okay.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
And we'll see you here tomorrow.
Bye.